So this short video is only because the last one was so abruptly interrupted by the capacity of my mobile phone where I make the the videos here, or with whom I make the videos. Yes, I made one correction, and I put the Austrian cavalry unit, not the Italian front, to GWiE, to don't allow the Russian to go behind the front. Yeah, I think it's not. It's okay because yeah, the Russian had no real benefit from it, but it makes things a little bit more complicated. I thought it's okay to do it, to hold it more straightforward the game. Okay, so I made the whole thing about using the resource points. There are left over 3 British points for buying the chits, and 11 Germans because yeah, they had too much resources and not so much units to rebuild. They rebuilt yeah, a lot, 15 units, Turkish 3. This is over. I don't will rebuild them actually currently now, but perhaps later. The French at 19, the English 4, 1 unit here in Egypt. It can come back in Egypt as well. The Russians get a couple of units, and the Austrians also. The Austrians profited 1 resource point from the Germans. They can give 6 points to the Austrian, and they also had only the poor units left behind. So this is the new units here that are coming into play from the resource points. And on top came new units from the normal reinforcement. It's the 11th German Army. It could only be used on the Eastern Front, accompanied by the Alpen Corps, the corps for the all Alpine mountain region. Also shock troop, the first shock troop, and yeah, a lot of other troops with this unit. And the shock troop in the Alpen Corps, has the special ability that it gives a +1 modifier, die-roll modifier, and it has to be the first to be killed in a combat if there are losses. So it's yeah, has to be wisely used. The Austrians get the 7th Army with a lot, yeah, with 2 mountain troops, and I think I will deploy these units on the Italian front. The Turkish get 2 units, 1 for the Caucasus, 1 for Syria, and the Persian Gendarmerie Corps, the police corps from Persia, it can only operate in Persia, and it has to be set up in Persia. And luckily, the Turkish occupied here Disful. Oh no, but Disful wasn't was recaptured by the Indian. But here the town, it's CP Kermanshah. I think this is, and also CP Samaji. There are points where they can come into play, and so there is the right person in the right place. And yes, the Britain gets also a lot of troops, a lot of good troops, and all in Europe. And yeah, this will help strengthen the line there. Yeah, badly needed. And the Russian also get 2 little brigade formations for the Caucasus. So this is all the new units. But before I set up that units offline, of course, because it takes too long to show it in a video. I pay 1 British resource point and 1 German, and we put together the chits. First, I think it's the Elliott chits. First one, it's new air tactics. Okay, this is used to cancel out the German Air Force, but yeah, it's only a one-time event and not so much for use for the long run. And a Near East event, better hoped for some aircraft. So how we can read it? Russian amphibious campaign. So this is an amphibious campaign in the Black Sea. What I forgot to tell about is that Russian and Turkish troops are at the coastal hexes of the Black Sea always in supply. So this is a special rule. The Russians also on the Caspian Sea. I think that is not so important, but they have always supply here at the Black Sea coastal hexes. I never thought about it, but I read it. It's shortly, and yes, this is changed things a lot because Russian can go all the way to the Turkish supply sources without thinking about their supply situation. And yes, I think that's good. And the Russian amphibious campaign, I have to read it, but I think this is something, yeah, what plays in this game. Okay, so now the Germans, Central Powers, are searching in their chits for hopefully Bulgarian entry. No, it's chlorine gas. It's a +2 combat modifier. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. And oh, here's a must play. Yes, Bulgarian entry. Okay. Yes, then I have to look for the Bulgarian troops. And I think this will really make the Balkan more interesting now. The Balkan becomes a focus spot. And they have special units. I think they all have 2 steps. Not so good ones, but with 2 steps and a special rule for stacking or something else. I have to check it. And when I didn't mention it, though, I mentioned it. All the trenches are going to level -2. Only the French, Britain, German, okay. And yes, I have to declare if I want to use Oberost or OHL. OHL is Oberste Heeresleitung, the topmost leaders at the army. I think I use the OHL now because it is used on the Western Front, and you can only use it if you have the initiative on the Western Front. And it probably helps me for the breakthrough the English lines here to cut them off. And yes, we will see how this works out. Okay. Can I do something else together? Can we do something together? Yeah, I think perhaps a little bit in the Near East. The Britain and Egypt can choose wherever they want to start. So I have to figure out where they start here really. And with this reinforcement, I think it's the best way to place these units there and the replacement here. So this is a strong line. These can go behind them, and I thought that the Turkish can capture Bir el Tamada and attack also Bitter Lake and also attack this one. So there's 1 spot missing, 1 or 2, and they have to reinforce another troop, the Britain, to make sure, I think they can go over the Suez Canal, but hopefully they can be driven out later on. I don't want that the game ends so quick in a German Central Power victory, but it could happen. For this reason, I will deploy also the new Turkish troops. There are 3 replacements and 2 reinforcements, and 1 goes to Syria, and the other 3 I put also to Syria. They have to come to Damascus and then have to be railed southwards to the front. and one gets in the Caucasus, and this was thought for its serum. So don't be... Okay, this is the things what I can do. Yes, and of course the Russian Caucasus troops as well. They have to go to Baku. And that's it. We have no weather, no special weather. Yes, this is enough. And yes, see you again. Bye bye.